Great to be joined by Jay Williams for what should be a terrific matchup here tonight. From Smoothie King Center in downtown New Orleans, tonight it's the New Orleans Pelicans playing host to the LA Clippers. To Ball. 4-3. That's the start they were looking for just as the fans were getting seated.
And I love that aggression. Stylistically, you have to come out and dictate the tempo of the ball game. Don't ease your way into it. Keep your foot on the gas.
Never dare Patrick Beverly hits a wide open three.
Ooh, that confidence level is so superior. Whenever you start jogging back on defense before the ball even goes through the net, that speaks for itself.
Knocked loose. Clippers have got it.
Pick up that sense of urgency. Here's a chance to break the tie.
George hits the trifecta. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
Jay, upon scanning this Clippers roster, there are a lot of guards for Doc Rivers to work with.
Yeah, they have a plethora of guards, and if I'm this team and if I'm Doc Rivers, I'm thinking about how do I throw as many guards at you as possible, because Doc wants to get another guard in there to apply the same pressure. They should be the new modern-day Detroit Pistons with the style they play defensively.
Lonzo Ball, tough matchup against George. Knocked loose. Clippers have it.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know, just like I know, you're not getting back on D.
Brandon Ingram with the block.
Sent a message on that one, Ed.
Oh, emphatic slam.
And that is the sign of an unselfish team. When everybody in transition thinks they have a chance to get the ball because you have a willing passer, somebody willing to make other players on his team look great, that's only going to force your players to play that much harder on offense and give you more energy on the defensive end.
LA with 4 to shoot. For 3, and Kawhi Leonard buries the 3 with a hand in his face.
Well, the defense has been good, but the shot-making ability has been better. And sometimes for NBA players at this level, the more you're in their face, the more it helps them center their focus on the target, which is making the shot. I know it sounds weird, but trust me, it's a real thing.
Another chance to Leonard. Fires the 3, and Kawhi Leonard. Good on the quick release there.
It's all about creating space with the dribble. Once you have that gap, you can beat somebody in a variety of ways. He chose the dagger with the 3.
Oh, he was wide open. It's not going to be pretty when they watch the video. Someone's getting chewed out.
I know these mishaps happen defensively, but sometimes this can be the best thing for an offensive player who maybe hasn't found his rhythm yet. Don't let him get going.
Leonard. And that'll get out of bounds. Last touch by the Clippers. Both teams tweaking their lineups. Here come some changes.
Into the game for the Los Angeles Clippers, number 23, Louis Williams. 2 minutes left.
Ball into the front court. Down 5 to Favors. Ball. Work it down to Favors. Bad pass there. Clippers have it to Beverly. Hat-trick Beverly. 2 for 2. That's what you want.
Man, that may not have been a gimme, but that layup at the rim definitely chips away at the pride of the defense.
Oh, leaves the defender in the dust, sacrificing everything for the loose ball. Clippers have the basketball. Williams to Leonard. Fires the 3. Had made his first couple, but he misses there. Had a chance, but it's no good. George. Slams it down.
That's a good run right here to end the first quarter to open up that lead. If you're the coach of this team, you have to like the effort your guys are giving.
Alvin Gentry now signals for time. His guys have come out flat. Slow start in this first quarter.
Buy one or more tickets before the end of today's game, and you'll receive an exclusive discount.
Changes coming on for Alvin Gentry. New Orleans has it. Drew Holiday matched up with Paul George. Curling inside. Holiday to the basket, but a shot stays out.
And you see so many players quit on the play after they were beat the first time, but not him. He stayed on his hip, he fought back, and he made the player miss the shot. That's great defense.
To Holiday. The monster stuff.
That's how you punctuate a good first quarter. 3 more left to go, but you've set the momentum for the second.
Ball's tied up. Neither player wants to give it up. After the tie-up, they'll throw it up and see who gets the possession. Oh, not a good pass as the Pelicans come up with it. The pass taken away by the Clippers. Deep three at the buzzer, and a three-pointer at the buzzer for good measure. What a finish to the opening period. A great stretch here to start the game. We played one with the visiting Clippers out on top. Jay and I back with more after this. It's NBA Monday on EA Sports. Pelicans basketball. Holiday. That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. Holiday in possession. Down a bundle. It's a big finish.
We call that get your money and put it in the bank.
George? Yes. Or in the case of the defense, not good.
I know there are refs on the court all the time, but it doesn't mean they can see every play. Maybe defensively, grab his jersey, step on his toe, do something to kind of change up his pace.
To the rim. And that'll be out of bounds. Last touch by the Pelicans. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Leonard off the mark. Ball's loose. Look at him on the deck. Holiday controls the basketball. His guys down big. Scores from the post.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
To Paul George. Paul George. Can't ask for much more. He's perfect. 5 for 5 from the field.
Well, the shooting has been spectacular, but one of the things that I've seen as the difference maker in this ball game is how they are catching the basketball. They're not establishing a pivot foot, which leaves the defense wondering which way you can drive, but when that shot is working like that, you got it any way you want it.
Holiday in possession. He'll run the offense. Going to launch beyond the arc. That one off the mark. It's no good. Leonard. Oh, big finish at the rim. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
We have both squads set to make some moves right now.
Into the game for New Orleans.
And he scores. Jay, how do you stop that?
And whether you're moving north or south or east or west, you got to be able to keep pace with the ball carrier and most importantly, stay in his chest. That's on the defender. It's way too early to be fatigued.
Gets it to go, and the foul.
Oh, that was a big-time shot. But more impressive than the shot, the bench reactions. I love the celebration tactics. This is why you love this game.
Three-pointer plus a free throw on that trip.
Oh, yeah, I like that. Come on, help, get me out.
Holiday controls the basketball. Looking to make something happen. Ah, rocking the rim.
It's so amazing when you get a chance to see a player in his own space. It's almost as if the defense doesn't exist. He can go left, he can go right, he can attack. He's playing on that court by himself.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Now that's a contest.
Just because you're an elite shooter doesn't mean you need to shoot the ball every possession. Maybe give a head fake, crack into the defender, get to the free throw line, see the ball go in the hole.
Slam dunk.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Paul George to Leonard. Now pass stolen by the Pelicans. To Josh Hart. Strong finish for Paul George. He was ready right at the tip.
What a first half he's having. He came out of the gate, attacked, found ways to get to the rim. Now look how easy the game is coming to him.
Hey, double screen.
Drew Holiday. 2-4 now.
No doubt about where that one was headed.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Josh Hart sends it away. And a chance coming up at the line.
Ed, as a defender, you cannot, I repeat, you cannot foul in the act of upward motion into your shot. Your timing needs to be better.
And he connects on the first free throw. Goes 2 for 2 at the line.
At number 55.
Ball to Favors. Beyond the arc for 3. Buries it on the catch and shoot.
But it was how he created the shot. As a defender, there's a tendency to stand up when you stare at the ball. Offensive player recognized that, continuously moved without the ball. Bang, that's how he set it up.
To George. Has a chance. Off the mark. He loves the tough shots, but that one may be too tough.
It's easy. Force guys into low percentage shots. That's the reason why we're big into stats. It was all provided to you before the game in the scouting report.
Number 55.
Leonard to Paul George. Here's a chance from long range, and Paul George good on the quick release there.
Well, they're shooting the ball at an amazing clip, and when they shoot the ball this well, they're essentially unguardable. And Ed, let me tell you what that does for the team. It eventually opens up space to put the ball down on the ground and get to the rim. That's how critical the three-point shot is.
Beverly into the front court. His guys holding the big lead. Leonard. No, not a good pass as the Pelicans come up with it.
You go back to the principles, things that we started working on when we were in first and second grade. It's called the shell drill. You stay down in the stance defensively, you try to deny the next pass away, and you have to communicate. If your conditioning is bad, you have no chance. But if you're able to do all these things together, collectively, you will be able to stop a great passing team.
Deep 3 at the buzzer. A very one-sided first half of basketball as we are at halftime. Let's get you to our NBA Live studios in Orlando and hand it over to Jalen Rose for our EA Sports halftime report. Jalen. First half, very one-sided. What will the second half bring? We'll find out as we're underway. Lonzo controls the offense. Lets it fly from long range. Good for 3.
It just seems like everybody's getting more touches. I'm not saying who, but it seemed like the ball stopped in a certain player's hands, which forced the defense to become stagnant.
George to Beverly. 5 seconds to shoot. Short jumper stays out.
I give this defense so much credit. Sometimes it pays major dividends to have players that are willing to get their nails dirty. Just dig their hands in the dirt, and that's what kind of stand they're making on the defensive end.
Now the Clippers call a timeout as their coach wants to get a word in with his guys here in this third quarter. To Leonard. It was right there.
And when you miss so many chippies right around the rim, you look at their points in the paint production. The first half, they were great. Second half, not so much.
To Ball. And the rebound taken in by Williams. And stuffs it home.
That's the intensity you need to see. Whenever a player running back on defense after a dunk like that holds the inside of his forearm, it lets you know how hard he dunked that basketball.
Beverly into the front court. Up a dozen. And too much contact.
And you can't lunge like that.
Leonard to Beverly. Baseline drive, but he can't finish.
And one of the most underrated things in this game is quick lateral speed. Good job by utilizing that speed and taking away the lane.
And look out. Big finish at the rim. Jay, let's see if that's a sign for him.
Well, he's been pretty much non-existent the first 3 quarters, but when you have a play like that, that can get the juices going, and that can help you with your offensive rhythm.
Lonzo Ball, huge block.
Ed, that's light work for a guy with his ability.
George, tough shot, he hits.
And the three-point shot of the offense applies so much pressure on the defense, you can no longer build your teams inside out. The new way, you build your team outside in.
From long range, rebounds taken down by Leonard. To George. Count the basket inside.
Ed, I have so much admiration for guys that continue to hunt their shot. They're playing the second half like it was the first 5 minutes of the ball game. Those natural-born leaders are guys that will consistently lead your team to the promised land.
Beverly into the front court. His team on top by 13. And counted at the rim.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next-level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. A drive-by ball, but he can't finish.
Because he had no body control. He sent that one to the third row.
He was locked in. That was impressive. Stuffs it down with authority.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Nothing going here on that drive. Lonzo Ball. With that, he's 5 for 9.
The one thing we know for certain in this league, it doesn't matter how big the margin is, you can always put together a run and get back in this one.
To number 14.
And he's fouled. A trip to the line coming up.
I don't mind that effort at all. At least they're still out here competing on the defensive end.
And hits the first free throw. And gets both to drop at the line. It's Pelicans ball. And scores. Strong take.
Ooh, cool, calm, and collective. The 3 C's. His handles are effortless.
To Paul George. For 3. How's this for a hot start? He's 5 of 5 from three-point range.
And I get mesmerized every time I watch him shoot. Great release, up and down, comes down in the same spot every time.
Missed it. They weren't going to give that to him.
Yo, big kudos to the defender. It seems like the mere presence of him in the paint was enough to throw off the concentration of the guy trying to drop the layup in.
Oh, emphatic slam.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice finish. It's all business.
Number 2, Kawhi Leonard.
And he hits.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
Number 2, Lonzo Ball.
To Beverly. For 3, never dare Patrick Beverly. Hits a wide open 3.
I know he's a volume shooter. I know defensively at times you have to take your lumps. Might be time to adjust the scouting report, though. Start denying him the ball.
There's the buzzer. 3 quarters complete. It's been all Clippers so far. The Clippers with the basketball as we begin the 4th quarter. You figured they certainly had the advantage coming into this one. Jay, that's how it's played out.
On paper, this wasn't set up to be much of a contest. If the crowd could have gotten into it early, maybe. But sometimes a team is so good that you never had a chance to even start.
Lonzo Ball brings it up the floor. Bad pass there. Clippers have it.
Tonight, it may not cost you, but in a playoff game, it will.
Leonard. That's how you defend.
Great contest by the D, but I want to see the coaching staff call the same exact play the next possession. Get that offensive player the ball. Let him prove that it wasn't the D. It was more in his own head.
And he hits.
This type of game needs to be celebrated. This is the type of culture that is fostered when you play with unselfish players. When you give up a little bit of yourself and you make your teammate look great, that's the difference between winning and losing. So when you see these guys smiling, when you see them giving each other high fives, that's because of the energy that was created from the pass. The pass is one of the most brilliant things we have in this game.
Leonard. He's been dialed in from long distance. That's now 5 threes for the game.
Nothing more painful than the next day watching tape, seeing the fact that he got 15 points off 3-point shots.
He was smothered and still gets it to go down.
Did you see the way that dribble freed him up? It created so much space. I did, but the defender didn't.
Leonard. Well, the hot shooting night continues. That's his 6th three-pointer of this game.
And you got to give him a lot of love. He's been knocking down shot after shot. But what is the defense thinking? Do you want to play in this game? It's probably time you start buckling down.
And scores. Great body control, Jay, as he ran down the lane.
Might have had an extra dribble or 2 there, but he got the shot he wanted.
Almost. Unlucky bounce. Lonzo with it. His guys down big. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
Ooh, I think people are leaving already.
Ball with the basketball. He'll run the offense. And a whistle.
Those cat-like hands almost got a steal.
New blood coming in for both sides.
Into the game for LA, number 13, Paul George. Subbing in.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
Woo, did you see that? Eyes to the rim, and the rest was all net.
To George. Fires the three. Oh, that breaks the streak after 5 straight makes. It's no good. Short jumper off the mark. The follow won't go either.
Defense. Defense, let's go.
Runner here won't go. To Favors. Count the basket at the rim.
And sometimes less is more. Keeping it simple is the best way.
Fires the three. It's good.
And I don't know why the defense continues to help on guys that drive. Make them take shots over your bigs. By you helping more, you're just leaving three-point shooters open on the perimeter.
Easy path to the rim.
You know, from a point guard perspective, one of the things that I learned when I played in the league was that the more I was willing to give the ball up, the harder other players were willing to run to their spots. The harder the bigs were running to the rim. The harder the three-point shooters were running to the three-point line because they knew they could be active recipients. And when they caught the ball, they knew exactly what to do with it.
To Josh Hart. To Favors. Slam dunk, Derek Favors.
I don't think I could do that on a 5-foot rim.
I can, because that's my only choice. Williams into the front court. His guys hold a commanding lead. Trying to cash in. Deep two there, won't go. To Ball. And they call it.
That's just a blatant foul. Maybe he's trying to make a statement.
Looks like both teams are making substitutions.
Substitutions, LA.
Calls out of bounds. Last touch by J.J. Redick.
Number 14, Brandon Ingram.
It's L.A. Clippers ball. Leonard. He's not shy about shooting it from out there, but he misses this time. To Ball. Oh, too much contact. Free throws on the way.
Sometimes when you get up big, you get a little careless. But attention to detail through the end, that's how you avoid unnecessary fouls.
First one, count it. And he makes them both. Leonard to Paul George. Strong finish for Paul George.
I know there's that old saying that says one man can't beat 5, but we're watching one man carry 4 other players. His back has to be hurting. Another big-time finish.
Can't connect. It's no good. Leonard. Going to launch beyond the arc. Add another one to his total. That's now 7 threes for the ball game.
And the ball is finding him wherever he goes on the court. Man, that boy, he the best.
Lets it fly from beyond the arc. And it's George there for the rebound.
And you knew this game had a chance to get out of hand pretty quickly because of the communication. When these guys stepped on the court, Ed, they were yapping back and forth to each other. And that kind of communication, that kind of collective responsibility to one another, you feel that on the court. That's why this team is special.
How you practice leads to that. Nice pump fake.
You know, it reminds me, Ed, of a story a legendary coach once told me. He said, if you ever get in a fight, you're not going to hit somebody with an open hand, correct? You'll probably break a finger. But if you hit somebody with a fist, what is that? That's 5 fingers working collectively together as one. That's how you deliver a knockout punch, and that's what we're seeing tonight.
It's the Clippers who come away with the victory as they win this one in very convincing fashion. That'll wrap things up. For Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen.